What is up, guys? Welcome to another video. That Geeky guy here, and today we'll be looking at a Briar budget Blitz deck. So Briar is a super fun hero to play, and as you can see, it's really been a Briar meta this past nationals. So what I'm gonna do is basically make a budget friendly deck here. So I'm gonna show to you guys. So this is especially suitable for beginners who don't really have access to some of the cards, especially the equipments. I think the Majestics are still affordable, but this list I do try to avoid adding those Majestics. We're gonna stick to the common and the rares. So let's start off with the equipment. So for our weapon of choice, we have Rosetta Thorn. This is the hands down best weapon for Rune Blade. Not one other weapon actually come close to this, but you could add a Reaping Blade into this list in order to deal with some decks that might benefit a lot from life gain. That is also a choice. Reaping Blade, such as this one, is gonna help you from preventing your opponent from gaining too much life by playing Sigil and things like that. Also, we have a Aether or Iron Wave. So if you don't have access to Tunic, you can actually play this. But sometimes I think Aether Iron Wave is going to be best for this deck, because even on the non-budget builds, because it just provides that burst of resources in order to keep going. But this deck already runs very little, it requires very little resources, so you don't really have to worry about that. Another important part, it is battle worn, so it does provide you with 1 armor. Briar does need some armor because you're rarely going to block from your hand. You're going to aggro your opponent into actually forcing them to defend from your attacks and keep the momentum on your end. So we do have a Crown of Dichotomy, so this is for some Briar matchups. So I would suggest adding in some Naurun equipments into the list for those Kanos. So you want to replace the helm with the crown, and then you want to add in a Naurun glove. Maybe even the body with a Naurun robe if you're going against Kano, just to have the three Nauruns. So, but against Kano, it would not be a very good matchup because this deck doesn't run much blues anyways. So you have to play around to figure out. But I do think that this equipment choices is good enough in order to win you games. So we do have a Snapdragon Scalers to force go against, and most of our attack action card is going to be cost 1 or less. You're gonna see that in a moment. So we are playing 2 copies of Arcanic Crackle. This is to actually allow it is super effective attack action card with a nice damage split between 3 and 1. Also, it blocks for 3. Arcanic Shockwave, you can fuse it, super nice. It's also a common. Ball Lightning, self-explanatory. It's just that it defends for 0. So you try to play it out this whenever you can, or try to arsenal this to provide you with the extra threat. And then we are consuming Volition just to force your opponent to block the arcane or risk being hit with the effect of discarding a card. Next we have a Electrify. Electrify is an excellent card. It's only a common, so whenever you play it out your arsenal, you get to draw a card, and whenever attack action hits a hero this turn, it deals 3 additional damage. We have Untitled Lightning. If it's fused, go again. We have a bunch of lightning cards, so it's super easy to fuse actually. Heaven's Claw, just a very cost-effective card. 5 for the cost of 1. Excellent. It doesn't have go again, but we are able to use Briar's ability in order to give go again. Just play 2 non-attack action and profit. It allows the Heaven's Claw to go again. We do have enough blues to actually support a 1 cost, so there's no issue. We can even snap our Snapdragon Scalers if it required. Lightning Press, an instant +3, so that's good. A Lightning Surge, if we play it out of Arsenal, it has to go again. Plunder Run, a Ravenous Rebel, pretty self-explanatory. Ravenous Rebel is particularly good because we do play a lot of raids, so we get to hit the 4 most of the time. Rides of Lightning. So you want to fuse this. If you deal any arcane damage to your opponent, it does have go again. Scar for a Scar with Lightning, a yellow Plunder Run, and then we have a blue Plunder Run. So just to provide you with the threat of drawing a card. So your opponent most likely wouldn't want you to draw a card. So even you don't play it out with the arsenal, it does have that threat. Bramble Spark, the blue one, just to help us a bit with the pitching. Also, it does deal arcane, so that's the reason we're putting in the blue one. If you have a bit of budget, you can actually take out Bramble Spark and put in a Sting of Sorcery. I think that is also quite a cheap card to get. It's not that expensive, a few dollars. And then we have Captain's Call. I love this card. I even played in the Earth variant of the Aggro Briar, which I bought it to the Nationals. Any attack action costs 0, basically gets +2. And then you can have the choice of giving Go Again or +2. If you choose Go Again, you can actually play Captain's Call. Maybe a attack such as, let's say, play this, and then we can play maybe like a Enjoin Lightning. If you're not unable to fuse, you can play Arcanic Crackle, and then you can just swing your blade because it does satisfy Rosetta Thorn's the condition of Rosetta Thorn of playing a non-attack action and an attack action. Electrify with Weave Lightning for good for fusing and things like that, and then a Blue Plunderant. So that's for the list, guys. I'm gonna leave the link down in the description below. So if you have any comments or any replacement cards, do actually share down in the comments below. So remember, the equipments are the most expensive one. So once you do have the access to some budget, you can actually replace the Iron Rod of course with a Grasp of the Arknight. So Grasp of the Arknight actually provides 2 blocks, and you can get to create Rune Chants. Iron Rod Helm is of course another thing that is a bit hard to get, which is the Arcanite Skullcap. So there is a reprint coming. So I mean, it does block more. So this basically gives a significant upgrade to your deck if you do have access to a Skullcap. But Iron Rod Helm would be sufficient if you're running a budget version. So guys, I'm just gonna leave the link down in the description below. Do like, subscribe, and things like that. And see you guys in the next one. Bye.